Okay, so something I shared above in my resource was that my kids had been working on Book Creator. Well, how do we give feedback with this tool? Because um, sometimes we need to have conference with our kids. We need to just sit down and talk to them, and that's not really possible in the instance of remote learning. So I could schedule on Google Calendar a bunch of hangouts, or if I wanted to do it live, or here's another option for you. Something that you could do is record on a well known tool, Flipgrid. So, what I did was I made a grid called Writing Feedback, and under it, I put the assignment, which is Book Creator Feedback. And I am just recording myself talking to my kids in this one for feedback for their writing. So, what I could do is if I was kind of going through their book creator and thinking of some things that they needed help with, then I could record over here a reply to their book and some feedback. So, I'm going to go and make a new one. This is just me playing today with those silly faces. So, here's my recording, and I'm actually going to kind of shrink it on my screen, you'll see. So that way I can look at their book at the same time and I could talk to them as I'm looking through it. And I'm going to shrink this one so that way I have like two screens open at once. Okay. So then you're going to see me giving my student feedback, which this is really my own book, but I'm going to give feedback to this book just to show you what I would do. So here we go. Hi, I'm looking at your book, and what I'm noticing is that you have a really good grasp on how to introduce a story. You have a lot of detail in the beginning of the story and setting the stage, and I especially like how you're teaching your reader how a rainbow is made and plugging in that sciencey piece that I ask you to think about. Um, some things that I would like for you to think about is as I look at page 4, perhaps use some synonyms for some of these words. So I see a word like I caught a glimpse of. Perhaps there's a better word for caught, or tiny being. Is there a better word for tiny? So you can actually go on and Google synonyms for those words and just make it a little bit better of a term that you're using in your writing. I'm noticing your dialogue looks really on point. And as you head into page 5, and I can tell that you're about to talk about what the leprechaun um, is talking to you about and what you're going to wish for, be careful not to go too quickly. Be careful to keep details. I would probably do one wish per page, maybe even 2 pages to really keep your story unfolding in a detailed way. I am also going to send you a video on synonyms, so you'll see that as well. I'd like you to watch that. Um, and then just a little review on plot and setting the stage for your plot. So you can watch both of those to keep things in mind as you're writing your story. Great job. So then I'm going to pause that one on that side, hit next and next. Take my selfie. And once this is published, the really awesome thing about Flipgrid is that you can download your videos. So after I've got this published, I can download this video and I can email it to my kids. Or if your kids are not super email savvy, I can post it on Google Classroom and I can only assign it to one child. So I'm going to call this the name of the student. So I'm going to put like student A because I'm not going to show anyone this Flipgrid. I'm only going to use this. I'm going to download this video. See right here? Download video. When I click on that, it actually has an option to save it to my drive. So when I click this, it's going to save it to my drive. So there's just like a little step where you hit save. You can pick what folder that you're going to save it in, and you hit save and it saves it there. Super, super easy to do. And then I'll show you that when I come over here to email this student, that I would go to the drive right here, and I would put in that video. So it's actually under recent, or if I organized it by folder, which you can do, I put this in here, and then I please watch this feedback video. After, here are the other links I talked about in the video feedback. And then below, I can just link them to whatever YouTube or whatever instructional video that I have, whatever rubrics or anything that I want to put. So this would be an email form. Another option would be to go to Classroom. And again, if your kids don't check email that well, not only can you email them from Google Classroom under People, but you could also post it on Google Classroom, and you could post it so that only that child sees your video. So you would do that by going to your classroom, going to classwork, and then create. And anytime that you create a material, you have the option to go, instead of all students, you can unclick and you can just go to like the particular student that you want. And so you can add that video from your drive, and you can put that video in here, and you can put in just like an email for your students. So there's another way to do video feedback, and I really hope that this helps. You could do this with anything. It doesn't have to be that you're doing Book Creator. It could be docs. It goes a little bit further than just simply commenting on your kids' work, because we're missing that kind of face-to-face with them right now. So hopefully this helps bump up the rigor in your writing instruction and feedback.